So I am going to go over the CSU GE sheet so you have a clear understanding of how those requirements or what those requirements are. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm on the Transfer Center website and you can go to the transfer process here, and here's general education, okay? So if you click on general education, we have the patterns down here, and then we also have videos that my colleague Robin has done. But you won't need to watch those because you're watching this. So let's go ahead and jump into the GE pattern, which we refer to as option B. If you were to visit the counseling office or the transfer center or EOPS or whoever it might be, this sheet is typically printed on like a yellow color piece of paper. So what you can see here is that the GE sheets are updated every single year because we revise curriculum. Maybe a new course has been added to the sheet or a class has been taken off. So that happens, you know, on a regular basis, and then these are updated every year. So if a new class is added, it's added for the next academic year. If that class went into place in a certain year, like this one, Geography 10, Fall 18, if a student took it in Fall of 17, it didn't work, okay? And so that's what it's telling you. The GE sheets have been in place, I want to say since like 82. So if a student took Astronomy 3 in 82, it's counting, okay? And so it's all good. All right, so let's go through this. It's broken up by different areas. The first area is your English language communication and critical thinking, and this is 9 units. So you need a communications class. In the past, this used to be Speech 1A and Speech 60. Then it changed to Comms 1 and Comms 60. And then this year it was renumbered to Comms 4, okay? Because Comms 60 was not UC transferable. They rewrote it to make it UC transferable. So now it is Comms 4. If a student took it as Speech 60, it counts, okay? Because it was on this sheet. Next, we have Area A2, which is your English. So you could complete English 1A, you can complete ESL 10. If you took AP English Lit and Lang, or you took AP English Composition, then that would also work in this area if you got a score of 3 or higher. Area A3 is critical thinking, so you're choosing one of these classes to complete. You don't need all of them, you just need one, okay? Next is your Area B, your scientific inquiry and quantitative reasoning, also 9 units. You need 1 physical science and 1 life science, and one of those needs a lab. All right, so the lab activities are indicated with an asterisk, like you see here in Ag 60. And so what that means is the lab is a part of the class. Okay, you don't enroll in another class. You just enroll in Ag 60. It's the lecture and the lab combined. However, for Astronomy 3, if you wanted to take the lab, you would enroll in 3L, which is a 1-unit full semester class, or you could take Astronomy 12, which is really popular. It's a 1-unit lab class, and I think it has a total of like 12 class meetings, maybe? It's pretty short. Maybe not even that. Maybe it's 8. Gosh. It's short. And so if you take a lab in the physical sciences, then you can come down to the life sciences and not take a lab. You could just do Anthro 1. This is where it comes into play to do research on your major, and what does that require? And to make those double count, to make your major prep and your general education double count. Let's say you want to do psychology to Davis. Well, Psych to Davis requires Anthro 1. So you can take Anthro 1, it'll meet your major prep, and it's going to meet general ed. B4 is the math. So remember from what I said earlier, you have to have Area A and B4 done with a C or higher, or you could take it for pass, no pass. If that's an option, that means C or higher as well. So math is determined by your major. And so you, again, want to know what your major is and what your major requirement is. It may not have a math requirement. You could do any one of these for certain majors, like an art major or an English major. But some majors want you to do, you know, a statistics class or calculus or whatever it might be. Area C is also 9 units. You need 1 arts, 1 humanities, and the third from either section. Area D is currently 6 units. Now this changed recently. So if you have catalog rights prior to fall of 2021, then you could do 9 units in this section and not take ethnic studies, okay? But in 2021, they decided to make this Area D, social sciences, 6 units, and they added in Area F, ethnic studies, for 3 units. Area E is also a 3-unit requirement, so it's 1 class in lifelong learning and self-development. In this section, you can find some counseling classes, including Counseling 53, which is another class that I teach. This is a CSU graduation requirement, so it's to get out of the CSU, not to get in. And it is a U.S. history and a government. And these classes are up above. So if you take Poli-Sci 1, it would also count in social sciences. Same with the histories. And there's also some history up in the humanities area as well, 17.1 and 18.1 and 18.2, okay? So the GE is a big part of your education, no matter what your major is. Some campuses want you to focus in on major prep and not on GE, okay? So if you're an engineering major, that's going to be the case. But if you finish GE, then you have the opportunity to maybe do a minor or to take some courses, some more elective classes. So it's not a bad thing to have GE done. But you also don't want to be at SRJC for longer than needed. We want you to move on. We want you to continue your education. For admissions requirements, you have to have at least, oh my gosh, why am I missing this right now? At least 30 units of general education right here. And so, but that can be in anything. So if you take math 1A, 1B, you're good. And then if you had to take, you know, a bunch of physics classes, because you're an engineering major, here you'd take 40, 41, 42, 43. That right there, 5, 10, 14, 18, you're already, you know, at 20-something units just with those classes. And then you would have your Area A, okay? All right, so if you have any questions about the general education, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer those for you.